Hello and welcome inside. Hello and welcome inside of Mark Whitt Field here in Thermopolis, Wyoming, home of Thermopolis Bobcats Legion baseball. We are here today for the second round of games. We missed the Powell game because we did not know what was going on. So we were alerted before the game though that Powell did beat Thermopolis in that first game. The Bobcats came back and won 4-3 in that second game. Before we get started, let's acknowledge someone who actually helped us out a little bit here. Chris DeLay helped set up a little canopy for us, so we are actually in some pretty good shade. So thanks again to Chris and I believe his wife and one other for setting up the tent for us. Also a big thank you to one of the coaches or managers. Or, I actually don't know what she does, but she actually gave us a roster with numbers. We were going to bug Jason Sizz for numbers when we got here. We did have a roster that we made on Google Sheets, and we were just going to have him help out with the numbers, but we do have a roster with numbers, so don't have to worry. We don't have to waste ink on our printer on that. So we also were alerted by, I believe we were alerted by Jake Kraft, the head coach of the Cody Cubs, before the game about Boone Shear and his number. He is listed as 99. However, we were alerted that they have switched his number to 50. So that is something to keep in mind for those who are watching from out of Cody and are not able to find a 99 anywhere. So Boone Shear, not 99 today. He'll be wearing a 50 for the Cody Cubs. Today will be one of two games here. It's American Legion C baseball here on Two Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. We'll be right back for first pitch in just a moment. The Cody Cubs, Thermopolis Bobcats, coming to you next. I'd like to welcome you back inside of Mark Whitt Field in Thermopolis, here adjacent to the newly renamed Joe Doak Field, which will be over at on June 3rd. So got a lot of stuff here at the Hot Springs County Fairgrounds softball complex heading your way. We're going to be with you for all the American Legion games and most of the adult softball season. We say most because there will probably be a couple of games that land on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So but we'll be following the American Legion around everywhere they go. They're heading to Grable relatively soon. I think it'll actually be on Monday or Tuesday. May 27th, they'll be over at that Legion Field over in Grable as they take on the South Bighorn Bandits. So we hope you'll join us along for the ride. We got a lot of good places we're going this season. Bobcats will be visiting Grable, Powell, Cody, Sheridan, Worland, Lovell, and that's it. So they do have a couple of pretty good road trips coming up. Really excited for the game against Level. I should probably say, from what I've done on my research, I don't think they'll be in Level. I think they'll be up in Cali. The Level Mustangs have their field over there in Cali, so a little bit of familiar ground for us, having to go over to Cali 4 times, maybe even 6 times a year. But we're getting ready to get started here. First pitch is Cody over there, kind of going in their huddle, getting ready for the game here. Cody making the road trip here. Thermopolis will be taking that road trip to Cody over there at the Legion Field on June 13th. So should be a good game there. All that will be here on TBSN. And, well, we could definitely see, I think we have an inkling of who our starting pitcher is going to be for Cody. Number 50, Boone Shear, warming up over there on the dugout. Not sure who the starting pitcher is for Thermop, though. So let's take a look at the coaches for these 2 games. Cody Cubs, led by Jake Kraft and Kenton Boogard. Thermopolis Bobcats, led this season by Jason Sizz and, Jason Sizz and Eric McKay. Those are your coaches for Thermop this season. Got a lot of familiar faces on the Bobcat roster this year for sure. You might recognize a lot of these names from our basketball coverage this past winter. As the Cubs make their way into the dugout. Once again, we got 2 games on tap for you today, a doubleheader. It's kind of how it's going to be for the entire season. They have 2 games here for each team, with the exception of South Bighorn. So South Bighorn will only have 1 game against the Bobcats per game, or I guess per game day. So that we'll still see South Bighorn twice this year, but it won't be a 2-game series. So, well, we got one Cub coming out of the dugout here. Josh Hernandez with the bat in hand for Cody. I think he'll be the first batter as the Bobcats take the field. Bobcats, of course, the home team, will be batting second in the inning. Cody batting at the top. So just a rundown of who's who. Probably don't need to tell you if you've seen our broadcast, but Thermopolis wearing the purple uniforms. They got a white stripe across the shoulder, yellow numbering, white caps, and white pants. The Cody Cubs, a little bit of a different color scheme than we're used to. Cody wearing the light blue over the dark blue that their high school team wears. So light blue uniform, gray pants, yellow numbering. They'll be batting here in just a moment. As here's our starting pitcher, Tate Roberts, will be on the mound to start today's game. So definitely going to be very interesting to watch how this game pans out. As they've already played 1 Bighorn County team so far this season when they played Powell. 2 really good teams in Legion ball. Powell, of course, the Pioneers beat them in the first game, but the Bobcats came back and won that second game from what we were told. So it'll be a really interesting rematch here. They get a stab at a lot of Bighorn County teams this season. So I think there's like 4 on the roster, but we'll be right back for the start of the first pitch here on TBSN. Well, we'd like to welcome you back here. First pitch just seconds away. Cody sending up their batter, getting ready to get this game underway. And it will be, once again, as we said earlier, number 15, Josh Hernandez, stepping up to bat. On deck is Evan Macias. Cody Cubs, bit of an hour-and-a-half drive from the mouth of Yellowstone to here. First pitch about ready to get started, and we are underway as that one is away to the right, ball 1. He'll have another stab at it here. Winds up, delivers through the middle. Strike one. Sends up to a 1-1 count. Roberts delivers the pitch again. It looks like that one was a little high, ball 2. Roberts winds up. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Even count here, 2-2. Let's see if the Bobcats can get off to a hot start here with Hernandez. Delivers, swung on, and a little bit of contact. So it looks like that'll be still strike 2 off of a foul ball. I don't think this tarp will protect us forever. But delivers it. That one a little to the left. That is a 3-2 count here. So full count here for Cody to start. So this next pitch can go really either way. Delivers and swung on. Strike 3. And the first K of the afternoon for the Bobcats, as they will get Hernandez swinging there. So one gone here in the top of the first inning. And now up to bat number 13, Evan Macias. Macias batting, I think, left. Is that left-handed, I think? Delivers. Swung on and ricochets off the catcher. Strike 1. Jason Sizz coming out to retrieve the ball. Macias will have another attempt here. 0-1 count, one gone. In case you're just tuning in here, top of the first inning. You're watching C Legion ball. Throws it a little wide outside. That is going to be ball 1. 1-1 count. Delivers. That one a little outside. Ball 2. 2-1 count here for Macias. Again, Tate Roberts on the mound to start us off here for the Bobcats, and we think Boone Shear will be on the mound here at the bottom half of the inning. Roberts winds up, that one outside, 3-1. So Cody trying to get on base for the first time today. Evan Macias, really great patience and plate discipline so far. Throws that one a little bit more up the middle, and the ump will reward him for it. Strike 2, and again for the second at-bat in a row, it will be a full count here for the, almost said the Bronx, for the Cubs. Delivers, swung on and popped up. This one's going toward the middle here, coming up underneath it, and he will not get the grab. And with that, a defensive error for the Bobcats will put Macias on first base. Got to get underneath it, put your glove under it. Just unfortunately, it was just not in the right, well, he was in the right spot, just unfortunately just couldn't haul it in. Now up to bat, I believe this is number 9, Caden Kraft. Could be wrong. Delivers way outside, ball 1. That is Kraft, number 9. In case just tuning in, one gone, one on base off of a defensive error. Second baseman tried to grab the infield fly. That guy's got a really cool bat. That is going to be a strike. Caden Kraft got the pencil bat. Love to see the creative bat designs that some of these players have. I think that's just the beauty of baseball, though. So with that 1-1 count, one gone. Still scoreless here. One man leading off on base. Delivers it. A little outside there, 2-1. Cody really exercising a lot of patience here so far through these at-bats. Delivers, he's got one going, throws it to second, slides in, And I think they got him safe there. So that is a stolen base already to start this inning. So one on in scoring position. It's a 3-1 count as well. And it looks like he wants to steal again, and he will. And he'll steal third. And that is a walk anyway. And that will send Caden Kraft to first base, while Macias goes to third. Now up to bat here for the Cubs, number 42, Case Lundvall. He's got something in his back pocket. I don't know what it is. Throws it in, and that one, they got one going for second again. That is going to end up being another stolen base for the Cubs. So we got 2 runners in scoring position here. It'll be all up to Lundvall to bring them all home. Looks like they threw it to third there, trying to get the pickoff attempt. 1-0 count, still only one gone here in the top of the first. Remember, 2 games on tap today between the Cubs and the Bobcats. Lines up, throws it middle. And looks like ball 2 called there, 2-0 count. Lundvall just kind of letting it come to him here. Lining up again, that one outside, ball 3. I will say this for sure. Tanner DeLay doing a really good job at the catcher position today. I have forgotten to call him out, Tanner DeLay. Doing a good job not really letting many of these balls get by him. Ball 4, and that will effectively load the bases for the Cubs. As that will send Case Lundvall to first base, and now stepping in, Grady O'Mara. Lines up. Outside, ball 1. Roberts is doing pretty good. He's just got to get control of the pitch. He's kind of been thrown into his outside here, mostly on that right batter's box. Throws it out again, ball 2. Wait, hold on, strike 1. So apologize for that mistake. It is a 1-1 count, 1 gone. Sorry about the wind. That's good old Wyoming for you, though. Lines up, delivers, swung on and missed. Strike 2. So almost said strike 3. I don't know why. It is a 1-2 count. Trying to get them closer to getting out of this inning. Delivers down the middle, swung on in contact, and they will try to run it to third. He has trouble getting a hold of it. 1 run comes in for the Cubs. And coming home is Evan Macias. It took him a little longer than he would have wanted, but they still get there. And again, the bases, I think, remain loaded. So 1-0 here in Thermop. Throws it up, and that's going to be outside, ball 1. By the way, up to bat for the Cubs, Hunter Close. Winds up. A little bit high. That's going to be ball 2. 2-0 count for the Bobcats, or for the 2-0 count here for the Cubs. Cody just playing the patient game here in this first inning, letting the ball go if it's not a pitch that they like. That's going to be outside, ball 3. I do believe Roberts has walked 2 today. 3-0 count. He's just got to get control of it. Should be smooth sailing. We've seen what kind of pitches he can throw if he can get control of it. Through the middle, strike one. And the patience there for Hunter Close still paying off, but still down 3-1. Still digging in here, winding up for another pitch. Got one leading off at first, swung on and missed, strike two. So full count here for Close. Swung on and missed, strike three. I think that's how both outs came to the Bobcats, were strikeouts. So that is the second K of the day for Tate Roberts. Now stepping in for the Cubs, number 18, Chauncey Dalton. Delivers way outside. That is ball one. I think I got that right? Chauncey Dalton. Yep. So two gone. In case you're just tuning in, two gone, full or bases loaded. But Roberts has gotten 2 strikeouts today. That's where all the outs for the Bobcats so far have come from. And gets by him. Delay trying to chase it down. And only 1 run will come in. That is number 9, Caden Kraft. So that will clear first base, but a run comes in to score. Still got to praise Delay for the control he's had of it so far today. Dalton still in the box, 2-0 count. Delivers, strike one. 2-1 count as they got the strike looking there. One thing about Cody that I remember from last year, they do like to encourage their teammates quite a bit, so you'll probably hear some shouts from that left side of the field. Swung on, and I heard the clink there of the aluminum, so that did get a little bit of contact on it, but not enough, and that will be a strike. 2-2 count. Can Tate get 3 strikeouts here to end the inning? Outfielders barely have had to lift a finger today. Looks like that'll be counted ball 3, so full count here. Let's see if Roberts can put it away. The patient game has kind of bit Cody a little bit here so far in the inning. Roberts winds up. That one's going to go by. And that will be a walk anyway, but they're going to try to get to the plate, and sliding in to score. He's safe. And scoring is Case Lundvall. So with that will put a man on first. So bases. Wait, there's nobody on second, so do keep that in mind. So runners in the corners, only 1 in scoring position. And it's a 3-0 ball game for the Cody Cubs. Now stepping in for Cody. Trying to get the number. Can't. I guess if he swings, we'll have to see. Delivers. We got one run into second, and that's gonna go ahead and free up first. Trying to see the number. I think it's number 40, Cohen Williams. And he's still leading off. Cody's gotten more stolen bases today than Billy Hamilton. There's still, well, I guess, use a more modern example. We've got a couple of Ellie Dela Cruzes out here. I'm a Reds fan, so I'm just going to use that. But 2-0 count here for the Cubs. Throws it way wide. It does make contact with the bat. So umpire will call foul ball. So that is going to be strike one for Cohen Williams. Looks like stepping in here on deck is number 50, Boone Shear. Saw him warming up in the bullpen before the game. Do think he'll be on the mound for this bottom half. Strike two. 2-2 count again. As I've been saying earlier, if Tate can just get control over his pitch, we've seen what he's done. He's gotten 2 strikeouts here already here in the first. So Just got to get control of it. And there should be smooth sailing. That'll be ball 3. So once again, we are in a full count situation. Delivers, and that one's going to go wide, and that will load the bases again. And now stepping in, Boone Shear. And looks like he's another left-handed, so there's 2 lefties that have batted so far in this inning. Still 3-0 in case you're just tuning in. Cody on top here. Swung on and missed strike 1. Shear still has a couple more cracks out of here. Tate Roberts getting the pitch that he wanted there. Swung on and hit toward first. And it'll be a diving grab. Nope, it'll go right on through him like Taco Bell. And they got another one coming home to score. So 4 and 18. Grady O'Mara and Chauncey Dalton in to score for Cody. And I think this should clear third and second. Didn't see the number. It's changing the bases on our graphic there. Ball 1. So stepping in is Josh Hernandez. So we're heading back to the top of the lineup here. Delivers the pitch through the middle. It's like ball 2. Hernandez trying to remember what his fate was. I think didn't he strike out at the beginning of the inning? Through the middle, and that it will be a strike, 2-1 count. Got one leading off. Throws it. That is outside, ball 3. 3-1 count here for Hernandez. Taking some patience here. You can see there, first base. You're going to have to keep an eye there on Boone Shear as he was leading off pretty far out earlier on that last pitch. Delivers outside, ball 4. Hernandez will get walked. And that'll actually load the bases here. We forgot about the runner on third, so we apologize for that. Didn't even see him there. Coming up to bat now for Cody, once again, Evan Macias. Macias did come in to score, I think, on his last time out. So let's see what he does here. Outside, ball 1. And it looks like Hernandez leading off a little bit off of first, and I do remember him stealing, I think. Oh, that one's cracked up into center left. Trying to track it down, and that one will fall, and I think it scared the birds a little bit. Rounding third, coming to home. And that will be Boone Shear coming in to score for the Cubs. And that will get rid of a man on first. It looks like stepping in once again, number 9, Caden Kraft. I think Kraft was the one actually that struck out last. So 7-0 here in the top of the first inning. Man on third and second. And first base completely empty. A solid hit there on that last at-bat. Swung on. That one's hit directly the first. He'll try to run him out, and he will. And that will be the final out of the top of the first. And we're going to head mid-inning here. We'll be right back from inside of Mark Whitt Field here in Thermopolis, Wyoming. 7-0 Cody Cubs on top here in the Bobcats' third game of this Legion season. Like talking back inside of Mark Whitt Field in Thermopolis, Wyoming, home of the Bobcats, as the Thermopolis Bobcats Legion C team takes on Cody. As up on the mound is Boone Shear, came in to score on the top of the first. Really excited to see what he's got for us here on the mound, though. So with that, we'll see our first batter come in here shortly. Tanner DeLay, the leadoff hitter today for the Bobcats. So 7-0. In case you're just tuning in, the Cody Cubs on top here. You're watching American Legion Baseball on Two Basin Sports Network. The voice of the Bobcats. It's our first time ever broadcasting American Legion, and if you like what you're seeing here, make sure you leave a like on the live stream, subscribe to Two Basin Sports Network, and, of course, share this with your friends and family. We'll be covering American Legion ball as a top priority this season. We'll be traveling to Grable next week as the Bobcats take on the Bandits of South Bighorn Little League. Tanner DeLay stepping in as the first batter for the Bobcats. Batting righty here. Delivers the pitch way outside, ball one. So Boone Shear probably has a little bit to shake off. Do think it should be an interesting game. Remember, the Bobcats coming off of a 4-3 win over the Powell Pioneers. That one's outside, ball two. I really do think that this game might be a game where if the batter's patient, I think that's who's going to get the most reward here. That's going to be way low and outside. That is going to be ball three. So that one was kind of in the dirt there on the chalk. Shear going to get one last attempt in, and that will be a strike. 3-1 count for DeLay. Delivers the pitch, and that one's high and outside. That'll be a walk. DeLay will take the jog to first base. So with that coming in now, Braxton DeLay. Kid was really talented when we covered basketball this past winter. So let's see if this guy can swing a bat as well as he can shoot a ball. But Tanner DeLay is going to go ahead and unleash his inner Ellie Dela Cruz and steal second. So this could be a pretty even match. Both teams really keen on stealing as many bases as they can today, and that will be strike one for Braxton. 1-1 count. And Tanner DeLay is probably going to take some chances here if that ball is a little too out of control. Swung on and missed, strike two. DeLay had a really good hack at it. Fortunately, just couldn't get the contact he needed. 1-2 count for Braxton DeLay. Stepping in afterward will be Casey McKay. Delivers the pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. Great attempt for Braxton DeLay. Boone Shear put the power on it. Started to come into his own with the pitching. Finally, we'll get that first one gone. Stepping in now, Casey McKay, batting right. Shear winds up, delivers the pitch. Strike 1. Kind of knew that Shear just needed a little bit of a warm-up before unleashing his power. He has thrown, I think, 3 strikes in a row now. That one swung on and heads up over there on the right side. Foul ball. That would be strike 2. Haven't seen much contact in this game. Cody did have they did get their first base hit earlier in that top of the first, but it took a couple outs. And now the Bobcats, 1 out in, 2 strikes in. Now they're finally getting their first contact. So it's been very much a pitching type of game today. I want a little outside. Good eye there for McKay. Ball should be either ball 1 or ball 2. I think it's ball 1, sorry. 1-2 count. Throws it down. Contact and return to sender. Did he catch that? Looks like he did. Line drive right back to Boone Shear, and he does get the second out. Takes a special kind of player to snag those. Tell you one thing, it's not fun having a pitch throw or batted right back at you, but he did it with a lot of grace there. Swung on and missed strike 1. This is Tate Roberts, the pitcher, up to bat now. Shear looking his fellow pitcher straight in the face there. Throws it down. Looks like ball 1. Very good job so far by the Bobcats. Same thing for the Cody Cubs. Both teams being super patient at the plate here. A lot of plate discipline between these two teams. Still on the mound here, looking for his 3rd pitch of the at-bat. Throws it into the dirt, ball 2. Roberts will get out of the way to collect himself a little bit there. Looking to Jason Sizz there on that 3rd base. And that one right where he wanted it. Strike 2. 2-2 count here. 2 gone here in the bottom of the first inning. Bobcats trying to get out of this inning with something on the board. That one way high and outside, full count. Boone hasn't really given up very many balls in the second half of this bottom half of the inning. Boone going to get another chance here. Throws it. That one's high and outside, and that'll be ball 4. Second walk of the day for Boone Shear, and that will put Tate Roberts on base. A Bobcat on first and 1 in scoring position. And so with that, looks like stepping in will be Timothy Lippincott. Also on deck will be Dallin Bassey. In the dirt, we got one going to 3rd, and he'll get there cleanly, standing up. It's Tanner DeLay using his quick feet there. So DeLay will make it with 2 runners in the corners now. 1 on first, 1 on 3rd. Bobcats do have a run here at 3rd if Timothy can get something here. Lippincott standing in here, 1-0 count. Whoa, that one way to the left, and that's a wild ball. And this is going to bring DeLay home, and that's going to bring a runner to 2nd. And with that, the Bobcats will get their first run of the ball game. Tanner DeLay. He stole third and then came home off a wild pitch. 7-1 is your score. Runner no longer in the corners. In fact, only one runner. He's in scoring position. Throws it down, makes contact, rips it to center field. That'll be a base hit for the purple and gold. And he's going to oh no, he's not. He's going to go right back to safety. And what a rip by Timothy Lippincott. And that will get runners in the corners here with 2 gone. Timothy Lippincott on first. I think that's Casey McKay that's on third, I want to say. But stepping in now, number 24, Dallin Bassey. On deck is Kaysen Johnson. Batting right-handed. Seems like everybody's been right-handed so far for the Cats. Cody had 2 left-handers. And we got one running. Lippincott going to slide in, and he'll steal second. And so with that, now we got 2 runners in scoring position for the Bobcats. Lippincott at second. I believe check that. Roberts at third. That's who it is, not McKay. I apologize. Down the middle, makes contact. Grounder to second, loses the possession of it. One run's going to come in. He'll throw to first, and he'll get in safely. Tate Roberts, the second one to come home for the Cats. And now Kaysen Johnson will step in. Well, I don't even need to touch the scoreboard, do I? Yep, I do. Once again, runners in the corners for the Bobcats. Bottom of the first inning, in case you're just tuning in, Bobcats scoring 2 here at the bottom of the first. They'll try to pick him off, and I think he got in safely. Really good job there. Good heads up by Boone Shear, making sure he doesn't get much further away. They'll try to pick him off again, and they got him. And so with that will retire the side, and we are going to head to the second inning, and we'll be right back from inside of Mark Whitfield in Thermopolis in just a sec. 7-2, Cubs on top of the second coming when we come back. I'd like to welcome you back here, top of the second inning, as it is time for Cody to get back going here. First pitch is a strike, as it's going to make it an 0-1 count. 42 up to bat for Cody. This is Case Lundvall. Do believe Lundvall did come in to score in that last inning. Swung on and fouled back up toward the fence. That's going to be 0-2. Well, we're protected by the chain link. That ball probably felt it more than we would have. And we got a discussion here. It looks like, I think that's Jake Kraft talking with the umpire here, trying to discuss the strike. The coach said something about the catcher getting a hold of it there. But it looks like they'll let the play go without issue, 0-2. Tate Roberts still on the mound for the Bobcats, throws it up and high. That'll be ball one. First ball given up of the inning. Good eye by Case Lundvall, too. That one's wide. Ball two. One was to the outside there on toward the chalk. Outside middle. Releases it here again. And they'll get him. Strikeout number 3 for Tate Roberts, as he'll send the 42 of Case Lundvall down looking. So one gone here to start this second inning. Stepping into bat now, looks like Grady O'Mara. Middle and outside, ball one. Digging in once again, still 1-0 here. Top of the second, in case you're just tuning in, one gone. Swung on, that one's hit to first. He'll get a hold of it, and he'll run it onto the bag, and he'll get the force. Great job there by the 13 of Kaysen Johnson to react. And that is two gone here through the first two at-bats of the inning. Bobcats starting to find their form here now a little bit here in the top of the second. Now stepping in for Cody is Hunter Close. Got a couple of blue caps here in the stands, a couple of Cody fans making the hour-and-a-half journey through Matitzi, through Gooseberry, to through Hamilton Dome to get here. Well, I guess not really through Hamilton Dome, but you get the point. To get here. 1-0 count here. Lines up. That one a little bit high and outside. Ball two. Don't forget, fans, we do have another game coming up after this, so if you have not had enough baseball yet, we do got more. That'll be coming up right here on Two Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. Out low and outside, ball three. 3-0 count here. Hunter Close barely having to lift a finger here. I don't even think he's swung once yet. Winds up. And they'll get the strike there, 3-1. I think that one was just barely on the edge of the strike zone. And this, folks, is exactly why I'm not an umpire, because these are very, I mean, I can't imagine that's a very, very easy call to make. And that will be ball four. They'll walk him. That is number 10, Hunter Close, going to first. So first time that a Cub has touched a base in this second inning. And now stepping in for Cody, number 18, Chauncey Dalton. And he'll try to pick him off at first. So a balk is what they're going to call here. So that will send, that'll send Hunter Close to second, and that's the first balk of the day for any team. And the umpire is going to try and coach him here a little bit. Got to keep that foot on that rubber. So good job by the umps for catching that. Something you got to hammer out here. Ooh, man, this wind. So sorry about the wind. Wyoming is doing Wyoming things. So the umpire's still kind of trying to coach the pitcher here on the balk, or on where he needs to be. For those just tuning in, wondering what's going on, Tate Roberts balked the 14 or the 10 of Hunter Close. Kind of his foot left where it shouldn't have left. But now they got, I assume that is right out there right now. I think they got what I assume is oh shoot, where is it now? Huh, all of a sudden I can't see who's coaches anymore. But they got Coach McKay out there also kind of coaching them on it as well. So we'll be getting back underway here shortly. One man on second, Hunter Close. Originally got walked, and then the balk sent him to second. Still up to bat, number 18, Chauncey Dalton on deck for Cody. I can't see his number. Delivers the pitch outside. Nope, never mind. They got him. Strike one. 0-1 count here. Getting ready, looking to second, make sure that the guy at second doesn't go anywhere. Throws it out to the left there. That'll be out low and outside. Looks like they say hit by pitch, so that will send him to first. Runners on first and second. That leaves one man in running. That leaves one man in scoring position. Up to bat now. Looks to be. Who is that? Number 40, Cohen Williams. In on deck is Boone Shear. Delivers the pitch, high and outside, ball one. 1-0 count here. Runners on first and second. Just got to make sure that guy doesn't go to third. And he's going to try and run here. That is outside, ball two. 2-0 count here for the for the Cubs. Right side, that is outside and in. That is out low and outside. Ball three. They're trying to get back into baseball mode here. 3-0 count here. Two men leading off here for Cody. Throws it way outside. That'll be ball four, and now bases loaded off of walks. So he's walked 3 in a row here after striking out the first and then grounding out a second. Definitely need to get his arm under control. Stepping in now, number 50, Boone Shear. Delivers it a little close to his body. Strike one. So that's going to make it an 0-1 count here for Shear. A little bit outside there, ball one. And one more time, just hats off to Delay. He's been able to control it a lot today. A lot of outside pitches, and he still has his glove ready. A little high and out, ball two. If he walks him here, that will bring in a run. The bases are loaded here. And right where he wanted it, 2-2. And if he does successfully get out of this at-bat, I think that'll bring Hernandez back up to bat. And that's going to be a wild ball. Doesn't look like anybody's going to go for it. So, still a good heads-up play there. Tate Roberts hustled to home plate, didn't even think twice. I think that's probably why Cody didn't bother to run. But still, full count now for Roberts. Jesus. My Windows notification scared me there for a sec. And that's another walk, and that will bring a runner home. Number 10, Hunter Cloves, heading to the dugout. Cody will get their first run in a while. It is 8-2. Oop, wrong button there. Apologize. Gave a run to Thermop. 8-2 now, Cody. Oh, stepping in now. I do believe that this is Hernandez. Up top, ball 1. One zero count. 2 gone in case you're just tuning in. Top of the second. Bases loaded. Outside pitch there, ball 2. Winds up, delivers, and that one high. 3-0 count there. Another kind of a difficult call to make. Although, to be fair, I think that was across his helmet, so maybe that was an easy call to make. 3-0 count, 2 gone. And he'll get it down the middle, strike 1. 3-1 count here for Hernandez. I do think that up next will be Evan Macias. 2 gone here in the top of the second. Up top, ball 4, and that will bring in yet another run for the Cubs as the 18 of Chauncey Dalton, most recent one to score. Stepping in now, Evan Macias on deck. Looks to be, I want to say, shoot, actually, I don't know. Whoa, swung on and popped up. So strike 1 as it was popped up. So foul ball there. Still trying to get a hack at it here. That one's outside, ball 1. Way outside, ball 2. 2-1 count here for Macias. Macias does have a couple of runs today. Winds up, delivers, swung on and right back to the pitcher. It'll go right on through and it bounces off the bag. That will bring one runner home to score. Now it will be Hunter Close, or sorry, not Hunter Close, I apologize. That'll actually bring Cohen Williams home to score. And that will put Cody into the double digits, 10-2. Bases, I do believe, still loaded. Coming up to bat now for the Cubs, Caden Kraft. The pencil bat back on the batter's box here. Swung on, back to the pitcher, it goes through him. Picked up there towards second. That does bring Boone Shear home to score. So Cody getting a couple of base hits there. Now stepping in for Cody, number 42, Case Lundvall. Outside. Oh, strike 1. 0-1 count for Lundvall. Still top of the second here. Winds up. Up top there on the top shelf, ball 1. 1-1 count here for Lundvall. Bases loaded here. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Haven't seen Cody swing at a lot of these types of pitches, but Lundvall kind of let the intrusive thoughts win on that. 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that is the fifth strikeout today. Or no, sorry about that. I've lost count at this point. I'm sorry. He's got another strikeout though. He did strike out the first batter of the inning. He'll strike out the final. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second, or for the bottom of the second here in just a moment. It is 11-2. Cody on top. We'd like to welcome you back here for the start of the bottom of the second as the Thermopolis Bobcats take on the Cody Cubs. So the bottom of the second inning here, and it's been a very eventful inning at that. But the Bobcats' second chance at batting today. They're going to try and see if they can't improve the score a little bit. They did have a couple of runs come in during that first inning, but see if they can add on to it. They're down by 9 runs, so they're going to need as much at the bat as they can. Swung on and missed. At bat is Kason Johnson. Wasn't he already at bat? That one's down low. Ball 1. 1-1 count for Johnson. Johnson had a pretty good defensive grab in that top half of the inning. Strike 2. 1-2 count. One a little outside, ball 2. Even count for Kason. Way outside, full count. 3-2. Johnson trying to get on first any way he can. And uses patience, and he will get on the bag as he is walked. Quite a lot of walks in this game by both sides. But Kason Johnson opens up the inning with a base on balls. Stepping in now looks to be 20. Trying to see, actually. Can't see the number very well. So I guess after this pitch we'll find out. Outside, ball 1, and that is Tristan Galovich. That's actually up to bat for the Bobcats, so we apologize. Delivers the pitch, hits the dirt. That's going to send him running, and that'll put a man at second. Kason Johnson using the wild pitch. And that'll put a man in scoring position right off the bat for the Bobcats. None gone, 2 balls here for Tristan Galovich. 2-0 count here. Hit the dirt, and that gave Johnson the green light to just go as fast as he possibly could. Another low and outside pitch. 3-0 count here for Galovich. I think we got Johnson leading off here at second. Outside, ball 4, and that will put Galovich at first. Looks like coming in now, Trenton Enos. Bobby Crow looks to be on deck. So Trenton Enos, multi-sport athlete, plays football and I think he does wrestling. Really talented young man at that. Looks like we're going to have I believe, a mound visit or something. But never mind. Looks like we're good. Whoa, wind really starting to pick up. It's even blowing some of the gravel into my eye. That doesn't feel good. But Enos will have a chance to bat here. Swung on and missed on the outside pitch, ball 1. And Johnson is trying everything he can to go to third. He's keeping his discipline here so far, but he's about 3 or so steps away from the bag. And Enos hit by pitch, and that is going to load the bases for the Bobcats. Enos on first, Galovich on second, and on third is Kason Johnson, our leadoff hitter here in the second. Bobby Crow up to bat for the Bobcats. Tanner DeLay will be up to bat next. Down the middle, Crow swings and misses, strike 1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Bobcats still have a clean slate though, so just gotta watch what he swings at here. And gets out of the way of that one. It's like ball 1. So good eye on that pitch there by Crow. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that'll be a strikeout for Crow. Boone Shear, I think, bagging his second of the game, I believe. So one gone only here in the bottom of the second. Up to bat now, Tanner DeLay. Through the middle there, strike 1. Delivers the pitch. That one's going to get by him, a strike, but he will bring a runner home. And the Bobcats will come away with their first run of the inning, and it is Kason Johnson. So that will clear first. And now DeLay, 1-1 count. Outside, ball 2, and they're trying to keep Tristan Galovich from stealing home too. Sorry, 0-2 count. Apologize for that. Well, it is a 1-2 now. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So DeLay will unfortunately go back to the dugout, but that is going to be 2 gone for the Bobcats. So 1 out away from getting back into the batting order for Cody. Up to bat now. Trying to see who it is, I'm sorry. Low and out, ball 1. It looks like this is Braxton DeLay. Of course it is, sorry. DeLay 1-0 count. Whoa. That one's popped up. Ooh, that's going to be a souvenir. 1-1 count. A foul ball almost hit into Joe Doak Field. That is going to be a pretty good piece of contact there for delay. I don't think you're allowed to keep it as a souvenir, unfortunately. That one's popped up toward left. They're going to try and get under it, and it will fall foul. Wow. Really good job, though, by Cody trying to react. They couldn't get a glove on it. Even then, not really the end of the world that it dropped. Oop. As they sent Xander Allen back to try and collect the memorabilia there. Swung on, grounded. They're going to try and throw it across the first, and they'll get there, and I think he's out, and that will retire the side. Good arm there by Cody, and the Bobcats do come away with a run here in the second inning. That'll conclude the first 2 innings of this ball game, and we'll be right back here at Mark Whitt Field. Once again, the score here at the end of 2. Oops, sorry about that. The score here at the end of 2, the Cody Cubs 11, the Thermopolis Bobcats 3. Like talking you back inside of Mark Whitt Field in Thermopolis, home of the Bobcats. Top of the third inning, about ready to get going. As the Thermopolis Bobcats take on the Cody Cubs here in American Legion C team play. Well, C for Cody, I guess, senior team for Thermop. And that one right where he wanted it, just on the lower end of the strike zone, 0-1. Oh, shoot. Stepping in is, by the way, stepping in the bat, number 4, Grady O'Mara. Swung on and hit back toward the pitcher, and they'll call it out! That's the first one gone. And I think that actually was the second, I think this is the second time now that he has caught one of those return to sender hits. Awesome reaction here by the Bobcats, and that will bring in the first out of this inning, and hits the ad board there. 1-0 count. By the way, into the batter's box, Chauncey, swung on and hit to left. And caught, hauled in by the left fielder. So that will send Hunter Cloves back to the dugout. 2 gone here at the top of the third. Bobcats starting to gain momentum. Stepping in now, number 18, Chauncey Dalton. Dalton on that left batter, on the left batter's box here. Swung. Now we're starting to see a little bit of contact here by the Cubs. They're starting to get a piece of the pitch here. Right side. That is going to be ball 1. Even count at 1-1. Top of the third inning. 2 gone in case you're just tuning in. Up top, ball 2. In case you're just tuning in, the first 2 outs have been like this. A caught line drive back to the pitcher. Tate Roberts got that first out. Left fielder hauled in a fly ball for the second. That's swung on and missed, strike 2. Will Roberts be involved in 2 of the 3 outs here? 2-2 count, once again even. He does lead this game in strikeouts so far. That one's popped up toward the second base and hauled in by the shortstop, and that is going to end the inning. Or sorry, that will retire the side. I am so sorry about that. But we'll be right back, and that has been the fastest inning of this game so far. Still 11-3. Cody on top, but the Bobcats gaining momentum. I'd like to welcome you back inside of Mark Whitt Field in Thermopolis, Wyoming, home of the Bobcats, the Cody Cubs, and the Thermopolis Bobcats facing off in American Legion Baseball. This is Cody's 16U team, I believe, taking on the Bobcats. Also a similar age cap, although I don't think they really they just call themselves the Legion team. Of course, I'd also like to remind our audience today, today's broadcast is dedicated to those men and women who have served and have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom as we start to roll in on as we are actually already in Memorial Day weekend. If you were tuned in from the very start, you know that we started our broadcast today with a playing of taps. So we'll probably do that again for the second game. So today's broadcast dedicated to those who served in the armed forces. Happy Memorial Day to everybody watching here on Two Basin Sports Network, or Memorial Day weekend. Up to bat, Casey McKay, ball 1, while I was yapping the entire time. And it looks like a foul there. 1-1 count. Baseball is such a nerve-wracking sport because if they hit a foul ball, you never know where it's going to go. Swung on into the dirt, or sorry, not swung on, sorry, hits into the dirt there, 2-1. So on the positive side of the count so far, McKay is. Outside and right, that's going to be ball 3. 3-1 count here. Bobcats trying to get back any sort of momentum that they can. Able to stifle Cody in that last defensive half, and now that's going to be a walk for McKay as he'll go to first. Great job by Casey there, using his patience. As Cody's starting to lose theirs, we saw a lot more questionable hacks in that last half inning. I think this is, I'm trying to see. This is Tate Roberts, the pitcher, coming in now. So far leading the game, I believe has 5 strikeouts as a pitcher today in this first game. That's another thing too, we got another game coming up after this, so don't go anywhere. Trying to pick off at first, and he'll get in safely. Delivers it over the plate, strike 1. Let's see what he's got for him this time. The infielder's kind of playing a little bit off their bag here, and that's going to send one running. They're going to throw to second, and that was going to go a little bit right of the bag, and that is going to bring in a stolen base here for the Bobcats. So now, just like that, we got a runner in scoring runner in scoring position. Swung on and popped up. The catcher's going to try and get to it. Hauls it in for the out. Fantastic job there. Catcher had a pretty good aim on it there. Again, that catcher, I think, is Evan Macias. So good job there. Stepping in now, Timothy Lippincott. Stole a couple of bags on his last trip around the bases. Let's see if he can get on base and repeat the same thing. Strike 1. That one kind of on the edge of the strike zone there. 0-1 count. Lippincott getting ready to get his second pitch here. That one's outside, ball 1. Still 11-3 in case you're just tuning in. Bottom of the 3rd inning here in this Legion game. Bobcats' 3rd and 4th games of the season today. That one into the dirt. That's going to hit the chain link. That's going to send the man to 3rd. Macias will pick it up and return it back to the pitcher. Looks like Timothy is taking his base here. So we got runners in the corners. I think I might have hit him. So runners in the, check that. Not runners in the corners. We only have one on first and second. Stepping in now, Dallin Bassey. Delivers outside up there on that right corner. That is going to be, or on that top right corner, ball 1. Kind of have a decent view of the strike zone here. And it looks like they're going to have a mound visit, so we're going to step aside for a little bit, and we'll be right back. Bottom of the 3rd inning returns when we come back on Two Basin Sports Network. Still 11-3, Cody on top. I'd like to welcome you back here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. It's been a great game so far. Cody on top, 11-3. As they're getting ready to warm up, as they're warming up a new pitcher, they are going to take out Boone Shear. I think that's John Sitz that is currently warming up right now for the Cubs. So he'll come into the game on the mound for, sorry, check that is not sits at all. I apologize. Trying to get his number. They're going to let him take a couple of warm-up pitches here, get himself ready. And they're a little bit under threat. The Bobcats, 2 men on. So check that. That is actually Grady O'Mara currently on the mound for Cody. So we'd like to apologize for that. Bottom of the third, still 1 gone, 1-0 count with Dallin Bassey up to bat. Grady O'Mara getting ready to take his first pitch here. O'Mara delivers that one into the dirt. That's going to send runners, and that will shift it a little bit. We got a runner on second and on third. Either way, runners in scoring position. Wind's starting to pick up here in Thermopolis. It's been a little breezy today. That combined with 69 degrees today makes it a very comfortable game so far, at least for the spectators. 2-1 count here. Swung on and missed for Bassey, 2-2. Ooh, has to get out of the way of that one. That is going to be a full count. And if they walk him, that will load the bases. Although if another wild pitch occurs, Casey McKay is coming home. And they're going to call that a foul ball, I think. So still a full count here for Dallin Bassey and the Bobcats, as Nate King comes out to collect the ball. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 gone here for the Bobcats, as Bassey will go back to the dugout. And stepping in will be Nate King. So it looks like Nate King is stepping in instead of Kaysen Johnson. So a fielding substitution there. Strike 1. We'll have another opportunity at it. 0-1 count. Swung on and fouled back. And that's going to go right into Doak Field. So that ball is now going to go chill out in the softball field for a little bit. 0-2 count off the foul ball. 1 strike away from getting us out of the third. Whoa! Swung on and hits the chain link. Still 0-2. Whoa, that one a little bit up into the corner. That is going to be ball 1. Still bottom of the third, 2 gone. Bobcats up to bat. They have Nate King stepping in for Kaysen Johnson. And strikes him out, and he's going to get chased down by Macias, and that will get him out of the inning. So at the end of the third, it is still 11-3. Bobcats on top, stranding runners at second and third. So we will be right back here inside of Mark Whitt Field here at Thermopolis. 11-3. Cody Cubs still lead over the Bobcats here in Game 1. Top of the fourth inning here in Thermopolis. We welcome you back. American Legion Baseball here on Memorial Day weekend, as the Thermopolis Bobcats welcome the Cody Cubs to town for the first 2 games of 4 games that they'll see against each other this season. First pitch on its way, and that one up to the right side and foul. So good hack, just unfortunately could not get it there. 11-3. In the dirt, ball 1. By the way, up to bat, I forgot to mention, up to bat number 40, Cohen Williams. And looks like that one is going to be ball 1. That one was a little bit there on the top shelf. In the dirt, ball 2. Oh, ball 3, sorry. Swung on. That one's ripped to second. Picks it up. He'll throw it over to first. Off the bag and safe. So they were able to lure the first baseman off the bag. It'll be a runner at first as they will get Cohen Williams there. And now stepping in for Cody is John Sitz. And that is going to be ball 1 here for Sitz. Winds up in the dirt, ball 1 or ball 2. Sits at a 2-0 count here. And that one's way high, ball 1. I think they were trying to make sure that Williams didn't try to go to second. 3-0 count. And ball 4, that'll walk him, and that'll advance the runner into scoring position. Sits at first, and Williams at second. Now stepping in for the Cubs, number 15, Josh Hernandez. And strike 1. That one hits the corner pocket, 0-1 count. Cody's patience has kind of been defying them a little bit in this game. Over his helmet, ball 1. Delivers. That's going to go onto the right side, ball 2. Delivers it into the dirt. He's going to go to third. Cohen Williams is coming home. The catcher going to try and get there. Tanner DeLay will pick it up and get it back to the plate as Braxton DeLay waits over the plate for it. By the way, DeLay is into the game or onto the mound for Tate Roberts. I had my suspicions, but I just wanted to wait out and make sure. Should be almost halfway through this first game here. I think it's 7 innings. Onto the dirt. That'll be ball 4 and another walk for Cody. So bases are loaded. We've not been keeping a very good eye on our base indicator there, but no outs here. Runners loading the bases. And And now stepping in is Evan Macias. He's had a pretty good game today. Way outside, ball 1. I think Macias has found the base twice today. Braxton DeLay winds up into the dirt. Runners will not go for it. 2-0 count. Swings, and that one is hammered to right field and foul. Good hit, just unfortunately got carried into the wrong spot. Evan Macias with some power behind it, 2-1. That was pretty. 11-3 here. Cody still on top. They have not scored in a little bit. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Does get by the catcher, but he does recover. 2-2. Last strike here for DeLay. Just has to focus on where he wants to put it. That one's outside, 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. DeLay with his first strikeout there. So 1 gone here in the bottom or the top of the 4th. Now stepping in, it looks to be check that. I meant to say Caden Kraft. Swung on, contact. Gets underneath it, and he will grab it. Beautiful job, but they still have to finish it here, and he'll slide into home. So 2 gone. Unfortunately, though, for the Bobcats, Cohen Williams comes in from third to score. Cody leads 12-3, a 9-run lead over the Bobcats, which does clear third, but kind of forgot about the tag up there for a sec, and Cohen Williams was able to come in and make the run. Case Lundvall up to bat now for the Cubs. Swung on, grounded to third, and that'll go through his glove. Dallin Bassey trying to chase it down, and now they'll flip it over back to him. Still a loose ball. Does bring in a run to score. Number 24, John Sitz coming in for the Cubs. And now up to bat, number 4, Grady O'Mara. The pitcher. I'm trying to see who's where. We got a runner on second and a runner on third for Cody. Swung on. That one's popped up toward third and won't get under it. It will fall, and a run will come. Wait, they called it a foul. And so with that, they will get another chance here. 0-1 count. So Grady O'Mara will have to return back to the plate here. Still runners on second and third, so both runners are in scoring position. Into his glove there, ball 1. I think they're instructing Grady to try to aim for right field here. Swung on, and he will get it to right field. And foul. Good contact. It's just unfortunately not landing inside the chalk. 1-2 count here for Grady O'Mara. 2 gone here for Cody. Oh, shoot. Into the dirt there, ball 2. He'll keep his at-bat alive here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. O'Mara still on that right-handed batter box. Delivers, And strike three. He's out. And a nasty strike there, and that will retire the side. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth inning. You're watching American Legion Baseball on Two Basin Sports Network. Middle of the fourth. We'll be right back. I'd like talking you back here inside of Mark Whitt Field in Thermopolis. Getting ready to start the bottom of the fourth inning here. And trying to get the batter here. That one's outside, ball one, and this is number 11, Tristan Galovich. Found his way onto the base last time he was at bat. Outside, ball or strike one. 1-1 count here for Galovich. Swung on and missed, strike two. And Cody trying to get out of this inning fast as they can. Swung on and missed, strike three. And they'll punch him out there. First one out. Stepping in is, I think, the lefty. I got dirt in my eye. I think this is Nate King coming in. Way outside, and I think the wind might have carried that. Ball one. Second thought, I think it might be Trenton Enos. And it is. Swung on and up the middle and through the gap. And Enos will find himself to first. So Enos with a base hit there. Got it right on, shot it through the gap, but that's all he really needed. Gets the first off the grounder, and now checking in number 20. I think now this is Nate King. No, it's not. It is Aiden Borgen, actually. Up high, ball one. Borgen with his first at-bat of the day. Up the middle there, ball two. Hope you're having a great Memorial Day weekend. American Legion doubleheader for you on TBSN. I think we still got another game after this here at Mark Whitt Field. Left side, strike one. 2-1 count. Grady O'Mara is still on the mound for the almost said the Bronx again, for the Cubs. Swung on and missed. Strike two. Thought he had a good pitch there and he took it. Gets it into the dirt. Ball three. That'll make it a full count for the first time in quite a bit. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike three. Be the second out of the ball game here. So back-to-back strikeouts here for Grady O'Mara. Stepping in, Tanner DeLay. Lets it go, ball one, and they're going to try and get it over to first. Through the top there, ball two. 2-0 count here for Tanner DeLay. That one goes wide right there, ball three. Getting really close to getting another man on first and a man on second. And tries to go for the pickoff there. Coach was yelling the instruction there so loud he could have probably used a megaphone there. Bobcats saw what was coming. Still 3-0. And strike one. Able to finally get one where he wanted it to. 3-1 count. Tries to get back to first. Tries on the pickoff attempt there. 3-1 still. Won't quite get there. Into the dirt, and that'll walk him. Tanner DeLay will get on base, and that will advance the runner to second as well. And now stepping in, Braxton DeLay, relief pitcher. On deck is Casey McKay. Provided they could survive the at-bat. Remember, there's two gone. Swung on and belted. Nope, this one's popped up to left. Gets a glove under it, and that will retire this, or that will actually end the inning as we will head to the top of the fifth. And we'll be right back from inside of Mark Whitt Field here at Thermopolis as it is still 13-3. So we'll be right back in just a moment. We'd like to welcome you back here inside of Mark Whitt Field in Thermopolis, getting ready to start the 5th inning of play. As, well, it's been a pretty good game, all things considered. The Bobcats trying to get some sort of momentum here. With 2 innings left, they're going to have to act quickly. So, looks like they're keeping Braxton DeLay into the game. So, I didn't clear my graphic. Trying to see who's into the game. Can't really see the number. That one's going to get behind the catcher. Ball 1. Hunter Close is the one that's up to bat right now for the Cubs. Swung on. This one hit out to left, and that's going to clear. That will be a base hit for Close, and they'll try to stop him from advancing to second. Nate King blocking the bag there as he gets run into. Wasn't really happy about it. Stepping in now, Maddox Bruce. Getting ready to take hit. I believe this will be his first at-bat of the day. Pretty decent-sized turnout here in Thermop, both Cody and Thermop fans. I think we have a new catcher as well. Tanner DeLay is not the man behind that mask. I guess we'll find out on the next on the bottom of the bottom of the 5th. Trying to steal, they'll swing this one back up, and that is going to be caught. Okay. No clue what happened there. So Jason Sizz trying to get some clarification there as well. So it looks like they're going to keep, I'm not quite sure what's going on. I think they're going to keep Maddox Bruce in, so I think they're just going to have him at second. I think they might have set a balk. Ball 1. As that one was kind of into the dirt there. Lines up the pitch. Swung on. That one's belted directly middle. And that's going to fall in for a base hit. Cody finally starting to get some contact here. And that will put runners into the corners off of another hit for the Cubs. Still 13-3. Cody trying to extend the lead. Stepping in now, number 40, Cohen Williams. I think he came home on his last at-bat. Strike 1. Swung on. This one's hit to right, and he'll bobble it a little bit, but he'll throw it again to first, and it is. I think they called him out. So we'll just have to see, but yep, they got a new. Yep, that is the first out of the ball game. And Cody did come in to score on that last one, so runner at second here. I think stepping in now. Do believe this is John Sitz. Looks like foul ball here for Sitz. That'll be strike 1. Runner on second. He's the lone one, but he is in scoring position for the Cubs. 14-3 in case you're just tuning in. Top of the strike zone there. That'll be ball 1. Still doing really good, though. in the dirt there, ball 2. Two more innings of baseball coming up right after this. Swung on and cracked on the ground. Trying to throw it over to first, and he'll get there in time. Or sorry, no, well, they'll get the throw in on time there. 2 out. We did not pan our camera there. I'm sorry about that. So you completely missed the play at first, but stepping in now, number 15, Josh Hernandez. Winds up. Strike 1. Delay able to place the pitch where he wanted it there. Train's starting to come through here. Looks like it was ball 1 there for delay. Josh Hernandez. Still there. 1-1. Ooh, a little bit off to the side there, ball 2. And live for 2 hours. We thank you for joining us here. Still got another couple hours coming up. There's a second game, I believe, so bit of a long one for sure. That'll be over the plate. Looks like ball 3. Delay's going to have to be a little bit careful with his pitches here now. And in the dirt, he'll take his base. Walks Josh Hernandez. So that will effectively fill the hole at first. So the bright side is, though, an attempt at third will probably end up being a force out at the least. So that is a bright side there for the purple and gold. Evan Macias coming up to bat now for the Cubs. Leading off, swung on and golfs it. This one's going to the left. They're going to try and track it down, and that one's going to go way foul. That one goes up toward closer to the T-ball field than anything. 0-1 count. Still trying to see who that is at catcher. So Tanner DeLay has obviously been replaced, but by who? We have reason to believe it's Tristan Lay. Throws it into the dirt there, ball 1. Sorry, it looks like strike 1. That one's going to the left there, ball. Still got another one coming up here. Sorry, that is actually a 2-1 count, so it looks like we were right on our first call. That one falls up and toward the batter's box, ball 3. Delivers the pitch, and that one's over onto the pocket there, ball 4. That will load the bases here for the Cubs. 3 on base. Still 2 gone for Cody. Bobcats looking for that last out to try to send it to the bottom of the inning here. And it looks like stepping in is going to be, I think this is Caden Kraft. A little bit wild off to the side there, ball 1. And this is, in fact, Caden Kraft. Swung on, up the middle. Pitcher's going to try to get to it. Delay picks it up, flips it over to first, and it's caught, and that will get us out of the top half. 14-3 as all three runners were stranded there for Cody as we'll head to the bottom of the fifth. We'll be right back here inside of Mark Whitt Field. I'd like to welcome you back here as we get set for the bottom of the fifth. Stepping in, number 4, Casey McKay. A little bit off to the right, ball 1. Well, after this, the Bobcats will have 2 more chances to bat. Game's starting to wind down, 7 innings in American Legion. That one's into the dirt. Looks like ball 2 for McKay. That one's way off, wild to the right, ball 3. So let's see what Grady O'Mara has for the Bobcats here. Ooh, had to get out of the way of that one. Ball 4 would have been a walk either way, whether it hit him or not. With that, that's going to send a man on to first. And looks like the mystery will be solved here. I think this is the catcher. Nope, Tate Roberts. And drops the bat. I think he was trying to do some tricks with the bat there, and he just couldn't get a grip on it. But 14-3 your score here. They're going to try and pick him off at first, and that's not going to work out. Still safe after that, Casey McKay. So up is Tate Roberts. On deck is Timothy Lippincott. Checks his swing, but that's still going to be called a strike. 0-2 count now, 0-1. And right where he wanted it, strike 2. Our next American Legion broadcast, May 27th, we're heading to Grable. Bobcats take on the Bandits of South Bighorn. They'll be at 5:30. And that'll be thrown up to second. Slides in. It gets there. Casey McKay in scoring position A lot of Bobcats have put themselves in scoring position tonight off of those stolen bases. Cody's got to keep their head on a swivel here. And I know Grady O'Mara is trying to pick them off, but unfortunately it just hasn't worked in the way he wanted to, and that's going to be a walk. Or no, sorry, check that out. I meant to say a strikeout. I apologize. That's what I meant to say. I'm just like, well, so many people have been walked today, just kind of expected. But unfortunately, Tate Roberts headed to the dugout. Now stepping in, Timothy Lippincott. Delivers, swung on. That one's popped up to right. That is going to fall toward the pine trees back there. 0-1 count here for Lippincott. Ooh, has to get out of the way of that one as he goes a little too far to the left there. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. One's across the board. Right side, ball 2. That's what they're going to give him there. Timothy Lippincott taking his time here. And strike 2 here. Places it perfectly in the strike zone there. Dallin Bassey will be on deck here for the Bobcats. Swung on, hit up the middle. The umpire has to duck. That's going to be a base hit. And this could bring a run home. He's going home. And cleanly across the plate. We got one going to second. Is he tagged? It looks like... Trying to see. I didn't see the umpire's signal. I guess we'll find out. And yep, he was tagged out at second, but it was a valiant effort. Tried to go for the extra base hit. Still cracked one into center. 2 gone for the Bobcats. Bottom of the 5th inning, in case you're just tuning in. American Legion Baseball on Two Basins Sports Network. That one's far to the right there. This is Dallin Bassey up to bat. 1-0 count. Swung on and missed, strike 1. I think that is Nate King. Or no, that might actually be Trenton Enos up to bat next. Into the dirt there. Nope, that is Nate King up to bat next. Sorry about that. So 2-1 count. Through the middle, strike. 2-2 count for Bassey. Swung on and missed, and that will end the inning. 14-4 Bobcats do come away with a they do come away with a run off of a marvelous base hit, but unfortunately he got tagged out at second, and rest is history. We'll be right back from inside of Mark Whitt Field here in just a moment. The end of the 5th inning as we transition into the 6th. Cody still leads this first game 14-4. All right, we just got word from team officials here. That is the end of the game because they have been timed out. It's kind of like a softball rule where, like the adult softball league, they get timed out after an hour. Well, it's either 7 innings or 2 hours, and we have obviously gone past the 2 hour mark as our live stream has been going for 2 hours and 13 minutes. So, with that being said, we're going to transition over to the next game in about half an hour or so, give or take. They're going to take a little bit of a break, get their lineups ready. We're going to probably get a snack or something, and we're going to be right back to you. So, I'd say probably about 7 o'clock or so, probably can expect baseball to resume. So, we'll be back from Mark Whitfield with the final score of this game, the Cody Cubs 14, the Thermopolis Bobcats 4. We're going to move on to the second game, but if that's all you're here for, we thank you so much for tuning in on Two Basin Sports Network. As always, please drive home safe and do not pet the buffalo. 14-4, Cubs win game 1.